Hello, I am Melissa and welcome to Teacher Inspiration Station. I feel like it has been such a long time since I filmed a video, but life has been super busy lately. I had to move, which if you've moved, you know what that's all about. And one of my dear friends got married and I'm in her bridal party. And if you've been in a bridal party, you know what that's all about. So now things have just started to calm down a bit and a bit more settled, so I can get back to filming again. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so this is a video I've wanted to make for a long time, probably a year now, and I just never got around to doing it. And it is my emergency sub tub. Now I'm realizing that I should have put the word emergency up here, but I didn't do it. So yeah, emergency sub tub. Sub binder, whatever you want to do or call it, it's something you need to have because sometimes things happen in life that are unexpected and you just can't go to work. One time I woke up with vertigo, and if you don't know what it is, that's when you are so dizzy and the room is spinning. I was nauseous, and if I went to school, people would have thought I was drunk. They would have thought this teacher's intoxicated, she needs to go home. What is she doing around the children? Like, I was not fit to look after kids. And I had that for about a week. So you might wake up with pink eye or stomach bug. Sometimes things just happen and you can't go to work. And you want to focus on what it is that is preventing you from going to work. You don't want to worry about like, oh my goodness, I don't have plans on my desk. Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? You don't want to worry about all that jazz. You just want to be off if you need to be off, right? You don't want to just go to work when you really shouldn't be there. So that's where your emergency plans come in. A lot of principals require you to have 3 days of lesson plans, but I do 5, one for every day of the week. So our school runs on a day 5 cycle. So the first day of school is on a Tuesday. So that Tuesday is going to be day 1. That Wednesday is going to be day 2, and so on and so forth until there's a PD day or a holiday. Then things shift, and then the days, now Wednesday is day 1 and Thursdays are day 2. So it gets confusing for the young ones, but that's just how our school is. So if you look at my bin here, I have these little Ziploc packages, and this one says plans for day 1, plans for day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. You get the point. It starts off with a little note. I'll share with you this little note. So it says plans for day 1. Our school runs on a 5-day schedule or cycle. Please choose a package of lessons for today's day. This package is for day 1. Please see the attached calendar or ask a staff member for today's day. Thank you. So I'm gonna get a calendar, which they're not printed up yet for the next school year. Just have a regular calendar that shows what day it is. Or they can ask a staff member, it's not a big deal, right? Then it gets right into my day plans. So, okay, I used to supply teach, and when you're dealing with substitute teachers or supply teachers, I'm in Canada, I don't know if you guys call it supply teachers in the States, but we do, or guest teachers. Whenever you're gonna have a substitute teacher in your classroom, greet them, because a lot of times teachers are very direct, like you need to do this, the kids can't do that. They start this at this time, this is your duty, you do this, and it's a list of things to do and not do, what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do, what kids are allowed to do, what they're not supposed to do, or whatever. And that's fine, but at least say hi first. Hello, welcome to my class, thank you for coming, or welcome, or some kind of a warm greeting instead of just going straight to the point, which, I don't know, I find little things like that make a difference to your guest teacher. So I don't know, that's my 2 cents on it. So I have here, hello, welcome to our class, I hope you enjoy your day. Feel free to use as much or as little time as you feel is needed for each activity. Don't worry if you do not have time to cover everything today. And then I just have some general notes. So I have here, pick up my attendance in my mailbox and the supply binder. So in my school, there's a little supply binder that has like general notes in there that we're required to fill in. The substitute teacher would have already gotten it before even seeing this, but I include it here anyway. I have my daily schedule, my yard duty schedule. I tell them where they can find it, which is on the bulletin board behind my desk. I talk about my emergency binder, where to find that in case of a lockdown or a fire drill. It has a class list in there, and you know, they can look over it. So I have that. I talk about my classroom phone, where that is, and where to find the numbers, which is just posted right beside the phone of like the principal's number, vice principal, other teachers in the school or whatever. Washroom procedures. So when are kids allowed to go to the washroom? How do they do it? And etc. And then I talk about my seating chart. So I have a seating chart on the carpet as well as on the desks, and where those are posted in the classroom. So a lot of my things I already just post in my room. I don't need to include it in here because it's already in the room, right? And then I have important information. So these are things like kids with allergies or behavioral concerns or kids with special needs, just things that the supply teacher needs to know, mainly from a safety standpoint. So my one here, this is not real kids, by the way. So I have student 1 is allergic to nuts. Obviously you put the student's name. If she gets an allergic reaction, student 1 carries an EpiPen on a pouch or around her waist. I also talk about where the extra EpiPens are in the school. I remember I was watching a YouTuber, a teacher YouTuber, who said that she doesn't mention the names of students who have behavioral concerns because it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost. And I don't know, I feel like subject teachers need a heads up. Like if a kid tends to be a certain way, just a heads up. And it's mostly like, okay, this is what works for the student. Like so-and-so tends to get really frustrated and they'll get really upset and cry. Let them have their moment. Tell the kids to give them their space. They're usually fine in a few minutes. So just let them know what it is that you do in your classroom to help out the student or whatever. I don't know. I think it's important to include that. And then I have here helpful students. So who can you go to if you need some help? So yeah, so there's that. And I'm just gonna go and share with you my lessons that I have planned. Now, these are emergency plans. I didn't have to use this last year. But like I said, there are times in the past where I've had an emergency and I couldn't go to school. So the lessons in here aren't going to be the most engaging, enriching, thought-provoking lessons because I may or may not do them, right? But they are, it's just something that like, hey, the car can't come to school today. Here's what you gotta do. Here's what you gotta know, and good luck. That is what it is. So, and I like to put lessons that I think the kids can do independently, generally speaking, things that are not too complicated. Yeah, just lessons that's gonna set the supply teacher up for success. If I know I'm gonna be away, that's different. I plan lessons that are in line with what I'm going to teach or what I was going to teach if I was gonna be there. But this is, yeah, like I said, it's an emergency, I can't be there, so this is what we're gonna do. So heads up on that, don't judge my lessons. Okay, so I have here, have you filled a bucket today? I think a lot of us know this book. So I have that here. And then a little sheet. Whoop. Sorry, I'm a little mixed up here. And then this little sheet with a box for a picture and words. How do you fill a bucket? They can have a discussion. Teacher can write it on the chartboard. Some examples that kids have, they go off and they do it on their own. Easy peasy. I also have this one. Now this is not an activity I typically do with my kids. It's the most basic of activities, and that is write a sentence for each sight word. So the word the, write a sentence with the boy kicked the ball at the park or whatever it is. Yeah, so that's a very basic activity for them to do, but and anything you give the kids, it's gonna benefit them in some way. You know what I mean? Like it's fine. It's not a bunch of like coloring sheets, you know, so it's fine. So I have here grab a question, so the kids sit in a circle, pick a student to take out a question, read the question, and everyone answers it. So yeah, simple little filler. And then I have this one here. It says number missing, cut, paste, and write. The photocopying on this is terrible, but there's spaces here, empty spaces. The kids cut and paste where the numbers go, and then they write it off here. So there's that. And then I just have extra work if needed. This I got at chilimath.com. Maybe I got it on Teachers Pay Teachers, but it says chillingmath.com. So yeah. And then the back here is counting by tens. And then I let the supply teacher know if kids are done early, what are things that they can do. The kids usually know what they can do, and you know, just set them up again for success, like I said. So yeah, that's just a sample of what I include in my package. And yeah, nothing too fancy. I hope I convinced you that you need this in your life, because when that time comes and you're like, I can't go to school, you want to make sure that you have something there. Because sometimes a lot of supply teachers, they like to rat you out too. They say, you know what, Miss Clark didn't have any plans on her desk. And then you have some supply teachers who are prepared and they're just like, no, there's no plans, but I have things for the kids to do. So anyway, that is it for today's video. If you liked it, you know what to do. Thumb it up, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.